Welcome to the Not Old, Better podcast. It's time for this week's featured guest on the Not Old, Better podcast.
Hi, I'm Paul Vogelsang, host of the Not Old, Better show. I think we've got a real treat for you today. You're going to hear from her in just a second. The her is Heather Green. Heather Green is a freelance journalist. She has written for years for BusinessWeek, and she's just written a wonderful new book, To Catch a Cat, How 3 Stray Kittens Rescued Me. It is fantastic. It is not what you think. It is a book about life, redemption, love, and just a story like no other. I had a chance to talk to Heather in our studio. You're going to have a chance to see Heather. I was joined by my wife, Gretchen Vogelsang, who's a well-known podcaster. We had a great interview. Please watch the special interview with Heather just following this, and then listen to the audio interview with Heather. Thanks. Enjoy it.
My name is Heather Green, and I wrote a book called To Catch a Cat. It's a memoir about how rescuing 3 kittens in the backyard of my then boyfriend, now husband's yard in Union City, New Jersey, changed my life. And I think what the book is about is something that resonates with a lot of people. I love cats, I love animals, but this book was more about how this project of rescuing a cat sort of just forced me to change my perspective in life. And I think we all get into these time periods or ruts or routines where we just need something that'll shift us to think about things differently or to see them differently. And that's what these kittens did for me, and having to catch them and figure out how to tame them and take care of them and find homes for them. And so you'll look at the book and it's sort of a ruse. It's got this kitten on the front of it, but it's really a broader story about finding connection. And I found connection through these cats to this community that I didn't really know before, because I had been living in Manhattan. And so to take care of the kittens, I had to come and stay with my boyfriend in Union City. And so I was forced to connect to the community on the block. And then little by little, I realized that we needed a lot of help. And so I was forced to connect with this whole group of cat rescuers that little by little I got to know, and who I sort of joke, they're my bowling league, because we spend a lot of time together. We talk about our jobs, we talk about our families, we talk about all these kittens we've suddenly found, and it just really rooted me to this place. And then this kitten rescuing project also forced me to connect to another person, which was my husband. And so really it came down to how an unexpected finding, these 3 kittens in the backyard, made me reconsider a lot of things in life, and made me feel like I finally had a connection where before I really hadn't felt like I did. So the 3 kittens were number 3, 2 Spot, and 0, and they were all beautifully cute little white kittens with spots on them, and so they were named for their spots, or in 0's case, lacked spots. And so they all had these funny little personalities. Number 3 was really brave, 2 Spot was very shivery and very sweet, and 0 wanted nothing to do with us, but little by little he got to know us. My favorite cat, however, was Una. That was the mother, and I never expected that we would bring her in. She was a feral cat, lived outside, but one day I just couldn't stand the cold winters in the Northeast anymore and not being able to find her, and so I brought her in, that tricked her into the house. And so now she's my cat, and she means the world to me. I love her so much, and I think that that's something that all of us can relate to, is how you have this other being in your life who needs you, who responds to you so much, and who is always there for you. And that's how Una is for me. She jumps up. She's still sort of a feral cat, but at the end of the day, when I get into bed, she'll immediately jump up and come and lie next to me and want to be petted. And that is just the world to me.